James Kalm began the bike. We're here on West 20th Street. We're going to run upstairs to the Elizabeth Harris Gallery and see an exhibition of collages by Mario Naves called Postcards from Florida. Well, so here we are at Elizabeth Harris. This is the exhibition of this gentleman right here, Mario Naves, the artist. This is Postcard from Florida number 112. In the press release, they talk about the fact that these pieces, and most of them are fairly small, so I would say under a foot square, were produced over a 2-year period when Mario was visiting and teaching at the Ringling College of Art and Design in Sarasota. These small pieces were actually inspired by the light and the color and the water in Florida. This one is number 182, 6.5 by 5 inches. Now, Mario is also one of the leading art critics in New York, and he writes for The Observer, the newspaper that Hilton Kramer has been a critic for years and recently retired. What do you think of the work?
I like the work very much.
Are you an artist yourself?
I don't like to use the word artist. I do a lot of work. I don't like to use the word artist.
Do you do collage work?
I do that among other things.
So, and you find this interesting?
Yes, I do.
What's your name?
My name is Frank Feldman.
Thanks, Frank. This is a nice piece. This is 153. Now, I was always impressed with the way that Mario was able to capture this kind of worn and aged suppleness of his surfaces. And I've actually told him that I found a relationship between these works and some of the best of Schwritters, except where Schwritters was using pieces of crumpled tickets and ephemera that he had found in his pockets. Mario paints and ages and creates these pieces of paper himself. You like the pieces?
I do.
Even though they're very small scale?
Very small. I was a little shocked at the size of them. But like I told him, you know, it's like their presence.
He's got a very good color sense, don't you think?
Yeah, I do.
I like this one here. This is great. This is number 61.
As a matter of fact, one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, this is a good one. He's got some beautiful range of pinks there and the golds and soft blues. Very nice. You could take about any of these you wanted home in your pocket. There's also another nice piece. This is 117. It's getting a little more geometrical. A lot of these pieces are just torn. This one looks like he's actually cut this with scissors and blades. Okay, this is a nice piece, and Mario is also very lucky in that he's reviewed this week by David Cohen in The Sun, along with a group of collages by John Ashbery, and David Cohen has said of Mario, Mr. Naves, by contrast to journalists whose opinions are as bright and punchy as any editor could hope for, makes a jolie laid abstract art. is as rough as the edges and scruffy, almost nonchalant in its casual disregard for any sense of a central organizing principle. Oh, I love this very nice, subtle whites and off-whites. This is number 136, and I think is another wonderful example of his great color sense. This sharp turquoise blues, deep aquamarines, and the salmon and deep pink, really nice. Now we've caught up with Mario Naves. Congratulations on the show.
Thank you very much.
It's titled Postcards from Florida.
Yes, it is.
And I just read in the press release that you made this during a 2-year period when you were down at the Ringling School of Art and Design.
That's right.
And so all these things were inspired sort of by a more tropical environment.
Well, surreptitiously. I don't want to say it's a conscious decision, but at some point the colors of color in the space, the atmosphere and the landscape there filtered their way in. It's like these revelations always come many months after I actually do the piece. So, yes.
I've got some questions for you about collage. Now, it seems that collage has, gone in and out of fashion, but what is it about collage that has attracted you, and I think maybe it's gotten a little more of a spike in interest recently?
Well, I don't know about that spike in interest. I've been doing collages for 50 years and could never have imagined doing them. I ended up doing them just completely by chance. So.
And you liked what was happening with it? Yes,
I actually have always considered a painting by other means, not necessarily collage per se. So I really, I know there are people out there doing collages. I can't say I follow it that much. I'm looking more at painters.
Right. I know you do have a painting sensibility.
Thank you.
I can tell from your reviews.
Well, thank you.
But you do take collage seriously. Now tell me about the scale. They're very intimate.
Yes, the scale of the pieces were actually, I began a piece literally as a postcard that I was going to send to a friend. I never sent it, and decided...
You never sent any of them?
It was too good to send to a friend.
Okay.
So I decided, I like the scale. I've never worked in a series. What the hell? I'm going to see how many of these I can accomplish over an expanse of time. I was aiming for 200. I got to 187.
Oh man, get back to it. You got 13 more to go.
Deadline's deadline.
And I've talked to you about this, but I love the way that you get this kind of worn and weather-beaten kind of a supple surface on the works. Now, do you do that intentionally? I mean, do you sand the pieces, or just find the paper and it's laying around the studio, or how do you get the surfaces like this?
The surfaces, my process is just take large sheets of paper, just paint them with acrylic, blot them, smear them, scrape them, and then over a period of months and many years, I'll accumulate the pieces in a garbage can, and those are the pieces that I will use. So sometimes several of these pieces have elements that are years old.
Now, do you also find pieces in the garbage like Kurt Schwritters does and bring them home, or is everything pretty much generated by you in the studio?
I have done 3 pieces that have found objects, one of which is in the exhibition.
Oh, we'll have to go through and see if we can find it.
One piece that's not in the exhibition had a butterscotch candy wrapper. I once did a piece of sandpaper, and over there is a package of something of which it was 400 count. I can't even remember what that was.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot, Mario, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And we're always looking forward to reading your reviews.
Thank you very much.
In the Observer. Thanks.
Pleasure.